Life is a journey with chapters that begin and end. Learn how to embrace the chapters of life with an open mind and heart. My name is Jennifer Mitchell Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success, and this is Leadership Matters. The end of a chapter, otherwise known as a transition, can hit people hard, often leaving them feeling frightened, overwhelmed, and stuck. Transitions may be voluntary. You get married, have children, move, leave a job, graduate from school, start a new business, get divorced, become an empty nester, etc. Or involuntary. We get laid off, become ill, lose a loved one. We feel the endings of some chapters in our lives more profoundly than others. Most people fear change, transitions, or the closing of a life chapter because of the unknown. If you're anything like me, then you try to control what you can. You don't like uncertainty. Rather, you thrive on weighing all of the options and charting out the best course of action given all of the contingencies. The following are the 5 most common reasons for fear of change. 1. Fear of failure. People fear failure because they are prideful. They're scared to commit to something they could fail at, so they don't even try. 2. Fear of pain and discomfort. It's rational to fear pain and discomfort. However, all these things prevent you from changing. They prevent you from writing the business plan, networking, and from starting your own business. The hardest part to do is to commit and get started. The things I mentioned, write the business plan, network, and start your own business are all interconnected. When you accomplish one, you'll naturally progress into completing them all. This is perhaps the hardest fear to overcome, but the most worthwhile. 3. Fear of success. Success comes with baggage. People pay more attention to you, you feel the pressure. It's a real fear that many people face, some without identifying this is what it actually is, and it can be debilitating. 4. Fear of criticism. People are so afraid of what others think that they'd rather not try. And finally, 5. Fear of the new. People are afraid of anything that's new or different. It's an incredibly debilitating and painful fear. Instead of using the opportunity of life to live well, people put themselves in a cage and live a stagnant, mediocre, and predictable life. So you might be saying, okay, Jennifer, how do I overcome fear of change? Well, life is a journey with ups and downs, highs and lows, and chapters that end and begin. To overcome fear of change, you need to be self-aware. Look inside yourself, acknowledge your fears, and dedicate yourself to tackling them one by one. We must choose to take the steps and go through the process of turning our fear and anxiety into renewal and growth. In the New York Times article, Feeling Stuck? 5 Tips for Managing Life Transitions by Bruce Feiler, he identified the 3 phases of transitions. The long goodbye, in which you mourn the old you. The messy middle, in which you shed habits and create new ones. And the new beginning, in which you unveil your fresh self. These phases need not happen in order. Each person tends to gravitate to the phases they're best at, which he refers to as their transition superpower, and invariably get bogged down or stuck in the one they're weakest at, which he refers to as their transition kryptonite. Can I be transparent? I'm facing a massive life transition. The end of the chapter of being a hands-on mother to my only child, to the beginning of the chapter of becoming an empty nester. Okay. We're down at OU's campus. I'm not going to get my daughter in this. She is so funny. We're going up these stairs, oh honey.
Isn't it?
Put it in your phone so we know. It's been so long since I've been on this campus. I am so excited to be down here. I just cannot believe that I'm getting ready to drop my kid off. Like, I remember so much of this as a student. So we parked at the convocation center. Okay. Look, y'all, and I got my garb on. I got my alumni shirt on. I'm not afraid of the change per se. I know that it's the first natural and necessary fork in the road of our journey together. And while she doesn't exactly march to the beat of my drum anymore, the constant and consistent rhythm of her own beat has me swinging my hips and stepping in line behind her as she begins to mark out her own path. And while I'm taking deep breaths and marking time, I'm allowing the following tips to resonate deep down into my spirit as I prepare for this transition. Recognize that transitions hold a special place in your life memories. Rather than trying to shove it out of your consciousness because it may be inherently difficult or painful, give it the respect it deserves as a foundational principle of your life. View stress not as a threat, but as a challenge. Because stress is in the mind of the beholder, as many researchers like to say, you can take an event that you're afraid will overwhelm you and turn it into an occasion you can rise above and conquer. Appreciate the benefits of change. Getting stuck in life's patterns has been shown to be detrimental to your cognitive growth. Changes in routine can serve as stimulation to your stagnant nervous system and allow you to grow new neural pathways. Remember the times you've successfully navigated a previous transition. As you face a new challenge, use the knowledge that you've managed to cope before to give you strength. Yes, losing your job was a traumatic experience and a stressful ordeal, but you made it through, and now you have a new job with better opportunities. Turn to your support network. Social support is one of the most significant keys to successfully managing change. Even an online community of people going through similar experiences can give you an emotional boost, as well as some practical tips. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Getting things in order before a planned major transition is one of the best ways to guarantee that all will work out when the time comes to make your move. It's known in the retirement literature that planning ahead, preferably for at least 2 years, will allow you to get through that significant life change without being devastated by the loss of your work role. Similarly, getting your literal house in order before a move will ease the physical and psychological strain of relocation. Focus on the positive aspects. Look out for the hopeful signs in every transition, and you're better bound to feel better. For me, I'm focusing on the fact that my time is my own. My house is as clean and organized as I want it to be. I can focus on me and making myself happy. I don't have to deal with the noise, constantly telling her to keep her voice down, reminding her that 11 p.m. is not the appropriate time to practice the ukulele, asking her to mute her notifications and shut off the alarm that she actively is sleeping through. I can finally get a good night's sleep. I'm sure there'll be times that I'll lie awake at night and worry about her, but she won't be regularly waking me up as she comes and goes with her friends. And she'll be back to visit. Life events are as stressful or not as you make them. It's all in the mindset you apply. Realize that change is inherent to life. You may not be seeking change, but when it seeks you, take heart in the fact that no one's life ever stands completely still. People enter your world and leave it. Material possessions come and go, and careers invariably involve turning points. No one ever gets through life without undergoing some type of change or transition. So when it happens, don't fight it.